hard to put in words what netball and sport means, because you put so much time and effort and you sacrifice a hell of a lot to do it, but you would do it in a heartbeat because it's the coolest job in the world.
And the Sunshine Coast Lightning have achieved the unachievable, crowned the inaugural Suncorp Super Netball Champions.
I hope I don't cry. Okay, you can do it. 2014 was a year I was going to quit. I had a lot of talent as a young kid. I was playing Division 1 when I was 12 years old. I was always told I was going to make it. I went down to the Institute, got the Gwyneth Benzies Award, which is the player most likely to become a diamond. I won MVPs. I was starting 7 in teams when I was 4 years younger than the oldest people, and 2014 rolled around and I pretty much had it. I was just like, I'm done, I can't do this anymore. A person who I had a really hard conversation with, who was probably the first person I listened to properly, is Mel Passion, and we worked really hard in 2014 on fitness. She put herself through pretty much a pre-season. We did a lot of Ks, we did a lot of running, and I remember running past my mum and dad and they're like, what's wrong? Because I was like bawling my eyes out, and I was like, I got a contract, which is something I'd been dreaming of for many, many years. And I remember going to Mel's office and just sitting there and crying and being that was the moment. That was like, oh God, I've finally made, I guess, my dream come true. And I'll be forever grateful for the Swifts and Rob Wright for giving me that opportunity, because I definitely wouldn't be here without it. Oh God.
McCauley, it's to Wood, has to go big long. Drops the Suncorp super shot to win the game for the Lightning. Have a listen to this.
I think you have to pinch yourself that my job is playing the sport that I love for a living. That's what I get to do. It is my living and I love it. So the fact that I get to do that isn't actually a dream come true, and the friendships and the relationships that I've built throughout my career are things that will last for a very long time post my career. And yeah, there's heaps of people, and it would be probably rude just to name one person. Mel Passion's definitely one that always pops to my mind, and I get emotional every time talking about her. Sue Gordian down at the Institute, she was really hard on me, but I learn a lot from her. Kylie Byrne, she's been a part of my journey now since I was probably 17 or 18 years old, but going back, there's like Jenny Brazel, there's Chris Vogue, who's now the assistant coach. There's so many people who have been instrumental, and they're not lost on me. I remember those people. I can even go back to Catherine McKechnie at Pine Rivers. I had her coaching me for ages, and Amanda Stagg at Tigers. So there's so many people and so many coaches that were instrumental in getting me to where I am today, and it'd be remiss for me to not mention them, because I learned something from each and every one of them, and that's why I am here standing, being able to play in the best league in the world, I believe, in the position I am now. And probably one person, Nolene, she taught me a lot in the 3 years that I had her. She evoked a lot of emotion with me. She frustrated me, but she made me grow as a player. And yeah, all those people are influential. There's players, I could name so many people, but yeah, those coaches were big for me. I'm one of 3 sisters, so I'm the baby. So actually I have 2 sisters. Yeah, I'm the youngest, and pretty much they started playing when they were 8 and 10, I think, and I was the annoying younger sister that would go down and train with them. So I think I convinced my parents when I was 6 to let me play in my sister's net at 8 team down at Pine Rivers, and then from there I pretty much fell in love with the game of netball. It was the 1999 World Cup in New Zealand when Cheryl McMahon shot the winning goal, and we had it on VCR, and I'd record it. It had been recorded, and I remember watching it back and just knew from there I really wanted to be an Australian netball player. So netball's been a part of my life for a really long time, and yeah, was introduced to it with my sisters, and they still play now, and they definitely critique me when I'm out on the netball court. But yeah, the love for the game started when I was very young. I was a really shy kid. I had red hair, I was freckly, and you can get picked on a little bit when you're younger because you're kind of an easy target. I definitely got freckle fart from Kmart a bit when I was younger, so I was a shy kid, but I was always good at sport, and that kind of gave me confidence when I was younger to kind of make friends. And a lot of people that I've met along my journey in netball I'm still friends with now, and that's, I think, my greatest achievement is the friends that I've been able to get out of netball. So it definitely taught me a lot of confidence. And my dad's an army guy, and he liked discipline, and being on time is definitely something as an athlete you can't rock up late to training, and I've learnt that, and that's something that I've definitely transferred over into my personal life. If I'm going to be at dinner at 7, I'll be there at 6:50. It's probably a little bit of pet hate for me, but yeah, it definitely teaches you a lot that you can transfer over into just everyday life. One of the challenges I think for me was I'm a shorter goal attack, so I live in the land of girls who are probably 6 foot and over, and when I was probably hit 15 or 16, I was kind of told you need to move out into the mid-court, and so there were a few years that I kind of had to play wing attack, but I just loved shooting. So I always encourage kids now when they say I'm being told I'm too short, I'm like, we can do things that the girls who are 190 and above that can't do, but they can do things that we can't do because we're not as tall. So that's probably a bit of a challenge for me, especially at that age bracket when I was trying to crack it into some Australian squads. And I'm a little bit of a stubborn person. I think a lot of my family and friends can definitely tell me I can be quite stubborn. So I wanted to be a goal attack, and yeah, worked really hard on certain things. I definitely had to learn a step back on my shot because I didn't want to get rejected, because I do think that's like one of the most, as a shooter, you don't want to get rejected in a netball game. So that was a bit of a challenge for me, yeah, growing up in netball.
Use a captain, so Steph Wood looking for the super shot and drops it.
Wood.
Oh, how about that?
Scores. It's exactly what they need from Steph Wood at this time.
In play with the power 5, and it's a powerful start for the Lightning. They work it to Wood, but to win the game, she's got it. Steph Wood, take it back.